today I wanted to do I guess you can call it a rant video about an experience we had here on the Carnival Breeze in October. I don't usually do videos like this, but it pissed me off enough to where I wanted to do it, so maybe it'll get other people who have the same situations to say something, because I'll explain what happened and the actions that were taken and things like that, and why and all that. So, and the first thing I'll say is, because this is going to be a video about smoking and things like that, so let me start out by saying it's not directed at anybody who smokes. If you smoke, that's your own personal thing. My issue is with the rules and regulations and the safety of it on the ship here. We always try to tend to get balconies because we enjoy balconies like a lot of people do. We like to sit out. We like the open air. I have anxiety and panic that's real bad that I have to take medications for. So the balcony helps me personally because I can go out there and it's an open space, and it just calms me. It makes me feel better sometimes. So that's one of the reasons we get a balcony, and just because we just like being on the ocean. We love to see the ocean, to hear the ocean, and see the ports and all that. And when you get a balcony, you pay a premium price for it. It's depending on, obviously, on the cruise line and the port, the length and what type of room, over an interior or ocean view, you can easily pay over $1,000 premium to get a balcony. Of course, that can vary, very much, but you are definitely going to be paying a premium. And if you don't like balconies and you like paying, hey, that's fine. But some people do, like us. But the big rule on, and I'm speaking a lot specifically Carnival because that's kind of like all we exclusively cruise on for now. So the rules are probably the same across cruise lines. Oh, they're starting trivia, so it's gonna. All right, sorry for the interruption. They're doing crafting over here, so I had to wait until they kind of quieted down. Anyways, back to what I was saying. If I remember, I'm assuming the rules and stuff are the same, which the big rule is you can't smoke on the balconies because it's a big fire hazard. And they take it really seriously because just a little ember can fly off and start a fire somewhere else on the ship. It's happened. It's, it's not a theory, it's happened. And it's a very serious thing. But my issue is that we have a group of 6 of us here, and one of them has allergies and is really sensitive to smoke with asthma and stuff. And the smoking was so bad on the balconies, we couldn't enjoy the balcony, especially them. It's just more personally annoying to me. But it's a clear rule that they emphasized on day one that you can't smoke on the balconies. It started on the very first day, and it was almost constant up until the second or the first sea day or the day after. I don't remember specifically. It was just constant. You couldn't walk out there without smelling a heavy blanket of smoke. And it was somewhere close to us. And it was multiple people too. It wasn't just one. I'm pretty sure it was the room that was right next door to us was the main problem because it was like really intense. And like I said, we just couldn't enjoy the balcony. We don't smoke. We don't care for it. And like I said, we have people with us that have allergies to it. So it was a big problem because, again, we paid a premium for a balcony. If we can't enjoy it, then something's going to have to be done. Either you need to give me my money back for it, or you need to take some action. So I just got tired of it, and I went down. And let me say again that this is always a problem on a ship, a Carnival ship, with a balcony, always. Sometimes it's worse, it's better or worse, but it's always like that. It's always hard to enjoy the balconies, and I'm pretty sure in previous vlogs, whether it was the Sunshine or the Breeze or whatever, that I've mentioned it before. But anyways, so I went down to guest services and asked for the supervisor. And I'll stress this, I did it in another video, but I'll stress it again. Be very, very nice and respectful to the people down there. It's not their fault. Some of the people that I've seen gone down there to complain about lesser things, in my opinion, the way they treat those workers down there, it's absolutely insane. I mean, I can't even describe on video the words they were saying to those people about something so stupid and trivial. It's just amazing. So anyways, my point is just be respectful and let them know your problems. And I think in our experience with Carnival, most of the time they're going to go out of their way to fix it. So I went down there and spoke to the supervisor, and I just, again, kindly and respectfully let her know what the issue was, that we cannot enjoy our balcony because of all the smoking. And like I said before, I just made it clear that either they need to do something, or I need to be compensated back for my balcony because it's no use to me now. So she was very understanding, very apologetic, and she said they're going to, she's going to call her supervisors, security, and all whatnot, and they'll take action and they'll get back to me. So okay, I said let's see what happens. So we went back to the room, and again she was super nice about it, very understanding. She gave me her personal ship number and told me that if it happens again, since it didn't happen right out of the spot, she told me when it happens again to call her and they'll immediately send somebody up. So when we went back to the room, they started up again in like 15-20 minutes after we got back. So I immediately called her and told her it's happening right now. So then again, a few minutes later, we got a knock at the door. The floor supervisor comes up. She was very, very nice, and she went out to the balcony and confirmed that, because again, it was just a wall of smoke, and she smelled it and confirmed it, and couldn't find, because the people that were doing it weren't doing it over the railing to where you can see them. Because they knew what they were doing was wrong, and they sat back and did it. So she, same thing. They all take it very seriously with the fire. She explained all the, everything about it. Every person we talked to did that, because they explained to us that they have to do, every time they stop in port or something, they have to do fire drills for that reason. So she's just explaining why they take it so seriously because of that. So she said, I can't, obviously they just can't barge in everybody's room and search for that. But she said, she's going to get with security and they're going to do whatever they do, whatever. I don't care the specifics. Later on that day, they sent out letters to, I guess, everybody in the vicinity, reminding them that it's against the rule. I think I have a picture of it. If I can find a picture, I'll send it. Because they told us that if they catch you, you're going to get a super huge fine. I don't know what it is specifically. If you know, let us know. But they said you'll get a super huge fine on your ship card, and they could even potentially throw you off the ship. So that happened, and then the captain sent me a letter explaining what they've done, and a bunch of other things. So from that point on, which today is our last sea day, and that was about 3 days ago-ish. Yeah, we've not smelt a bit of smoke on the balcony since then. So somebody got the message that, I don't know if they either found them individually or they just saw the notices that were being put up around and just realized that, it was stopped. But yeah, it's been pretty good since. And so the whole point of it being is that if, you have a problem like that, go down there and tell them, because they will do something. You pay for that balcony. You pay for it to enjoy the balcony without, having it interrupted with just a bunch of nasty smoke. And then it's against the rules. It's a big fire hazard. So again, respectfully go down there and let your voices and let your problem be known. Like I said, I'll repeat myself again, be respectful, but don't be afraid to go down there and complain. We all pay a lot of money to cruise. It's not cheap. So if you're not satisfied with something that is a serious safety issue, go down there and tell them, because something like when it deals with fire and stuff like that, they do take it very seriously, at least here on the Carnival Breeze. So, I appreciate and thank the effort and the work they put into trying to resolve our problem. And then they followed up with calls and some other stuff to let me know again what they did and if I had any more issues and stuff. So, I'm pretty satisfied with it, because like I said, we haven't smelt anything else since. So, I have a bigger issue with the smoking on the Carnival ships, because it's pretty just nasty. I'm just sitting here in the lounge by the coffee bar, and the casino is this way. The coffee bar and the area where they do trivia and stuff like that is just right here, kind of where I'm sitting. It's off to the side if you've never been on the Breeze. And you just can't sit here without the whole room being stench with heavy smoke, because they allow smoking in the casino and the bars over here. Outside, they allow it on deck 5, on one part of deck 5. And no matter if you're in the front or the back of the ship, it blows that way. You can't enjoy that side of the ship. So I have a huge problem with Carnival's smoking. It really makes a lot of part of the ship not enjoyable, because they also don't enforce the rules on the decks. People just smoke everywhere on the deck, and it doesn't matter where it is, whether it's by the pool or the restaurants outside here. They just smoke anywhere, and not a worker says a word to anybody about it. So Carnival really needs to get their stuff together when it comes to that. They just seem like they're afraid to tell anybody, no, or no, you can't do that, unless, like a lot of people complain about it. So anyways, that's my little rant video. I'm curious to know if you've ever had that problem, or if it's a problem that's on other ships. Like I said, we're mostly exclusive to Carnival, so I'm not really fully aware of all the policies and the rules of smoking on balconies and other decks and stuff when it comes to there. So I'm assuming like things like the balconies, that it's just probably standard for safety reasons. But I'd like to know if you have had that same problem. If you said something, what did they do? Or do you avoid balconies, or do you have that problem? So, alright, so I appreciate you listening to our little video today, and hopefully you'll follow along, because I'll put this one out before the rest of the vlogs, probably way sooner. So be sure to look for those vlogs, and I hope you've enjoyed our stuff so far, and please like and subscribe, and we'll talk to you soon.